7:02. Good evening, everyone. It is 7:02. Welcome to the Florida PTA Awards and Recognition Road to Success, partnered with Awards Recognition, DEIJ, and the Membership Committee. My name is Charmaine Postal, and I am the Vice President of Membership, and I'm holding the fork down today for our Awards Committee Chair, Denise Nichols, and we also have with us a few other people. But before we get started, one, we want to say thank you for joining us this evening. And two, I am going to apologize in advance because I had to do a change in schedule and had to come to the lovely Panera Bread to get some Wi-Fi and conduct this meeting. So if you hear some order calls, please forgive me in advance. Without further ado, as we get started, I am going to turn the floor over to our amazing president, Carolyn Nelson Goddard, for some introductions.
Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing? Thumbs up? I see one or two. I see some head shakes. Well, I hope that you're all doing fine as you prepare for the holidays. Good. Thank you, thumbs up, people. And that you'll have a wonderful time during this holiday season with your families. So welcome to tonight's edition of Road to Success, where we're going to hear from all of the committees that Charmaine mentioned, our Awards and Recognition Committee, our Membership Committee, and our DEIJ, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Justice. And they're going to talk to you about awards, the awards that you can apply for, how to do it, which awards there are, and some tips on how to make your application stand out. Before we go into that, I'd like to take a moment to introduce the members of the Executive Committee, the Board of Directors, and any staff members that may have joined us. So please indulge me. I will go in the order that I see people on my screen, as is the norm, so that I don't miss anyone. Well, I'll try not to miss anyone. The first name I see on the screen is Karen Mazzola, Vice President for Educational Development.
Welcome, everyone, and apply.
You've already met Charmaine Postal, who is our Vice President for Membership Development. Lawrence Claremont, Vice President for Leadership Development.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Melanie Williams, our Secretary.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Bert Miller, our Vice President for Regions and Councils.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you all that you've met our Executive Committee members who were able to join. Let's meet our committee chairs and subcommittee chairs. Wendy King is our Membership Chair.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for attending.
Dr. Nicholas Nelson Goddard is the subcommittee chair for DEIJ.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
And there are also committee members on which the respective committees will introduce when they are called upon. I think I've hit everybody. I don't see any staff members. Thanks again for joining this evening, and take good care of yourselves. Lean in, learn a lot, ask some questions so that you can apply. And over back to you, Charmaine. I don't see Denise. You're talking to yourself again, Charmaine.
Thank you. Once again, as I stated before, the awards committee is chaired by the lovely Denise Nicholas. We also have Selena Wilson on the committee and Wendy King on the committee, as well as myself, putting in the work with the committee so that we can continue to further our mission by celebrating you. So we're going to go back one slide. I think I went over a slide. We are going to just go to our previous slide, which is our mission. We can't start this presentation without our mission. So I am going to call on anyone in the audience to share our mission. Who knows what our mission is? And, you know, you can just quickly raise your hands. And I will call on you, and I would love for you to share the Florida PTA's mission. Don't all go at once. Right, yes, and you can come off mute as well. Anyone and no one is exempt from saying the mission. No one?
Is it on the next slide?
It is not on the next slide.
Maybe that would help everybody.
That would help everyone. Okay, I'm going to help everyone with it. Our mission is to make every child's potential a reality by engaging and empowering families and communities to advocate for all children. All right, for the sake of time. All right, let's move right along on the types of awards. So for everyone that's on the call, we know that there are so many awards from the county council level to the local units. They may have their own awards to the state and the national level, but we have a couple of types of awards. Honorary awards, those are your History of Fame awards, state life membership awards. Those awards are going to cost a small fee, and as well as the President Award of Honor. Those awards are going to cost a small fee, but this recognizes, these awards recognizes some of the work that you are doing in your communities and at your local schools. Your program awards. Our program awards are more of your advocacy, diversity, equity, and inclusion and justice award, which you will hear about a little later. Any literacy type of awards, your local unit achievement awards, all of the awards that actually have a specific program and there's some level of impact. So those awards are called our program awards. And then last but certainly not least, we have our membership awards, which are membership derived, which you also will hear about a little later. I'm going to chime into Gamal to talk to us a little bit about why we should apply.
Good evening, everyone. The first reason everyone should apply is what a better way can you come up with to create a legacy for all the hard work that you've done and show people in the future what can be accomplished when a team comes together and works together. So think about that. You're leaving a legacy by applying for the awards, not necessarily winning, but applying for the awards. It should be a teamwork effort to put that application in, and you can recognize all the hard work that everyone has done for the year. You can talk to people about, hey, what did we do? Let's put it together. Let's put it down on paper and send in the award. Wonderful reason to apply. Also, to show yourselves off. You know you have a rival school of some sort. It could be down the street. It could be named something close to you or whatever. And it's a rivalry and just a competition. Not that, you know, you're better than them or anything else. It's just a rivalry of saying, hey, when the awards come down, it's between you and me. It's between you and me. It's between you and me. Overall, the whole community wins. So that's a great way to do that. You increase your membership because people like to join on with winners. So they're going to come on board because they know what you've done in the past and they want to be a part of the action, what's going on. People want to be in the room where it's happening. Okay. Yes, I'd get a Hamilton reference in there somewhere. So when people are getting involved with your membership, then that's all of a sudden they want to get involved and participate more with what you're doing. Because once again, they want to be where the action's at. They want to be a part of what's really going on, and people want to make improvements, want to be with others who are making improvements. When that's happening, you have no choice but to see your administrative support come in from your school leadership. That school leadership can go all the way down to the janitor and the lunchroom lady, all the way up to the principal. They see you're involved, they see you're engaged and active, they want to get involved also, and that helps out. You got all this stuff going on in your school. One more reason to apply is because, once again, people want to know what's happening. The businesses in your local area, wow, you're doing all this stuff. Well, if we get with you guys, maybe you can help us out also. So it can be mutually beneficial to the dentist, the doctor, even the attorney down the street, or the Kinko's, or the Walmart, whoever it is. They want the business to come their way also. So they see you're an award winner. They can be part of that award winning, be in pictures they can post in their businesses. They want to do that. And other part is sometimes you have all the success. What happens when you move on to a new place and let's say they don't have a local unit PTA established? But what you're doing is you can come in and you can help establish a new legacy somewhere else. New schools are opening all the time. And sometimes they also come to you, look for leadership. Hey, you guys did this. We want to do it too. Why? Because our kids are just as important, and we want to ask you guys for help and guidance to do that. So those are all great reasons why you should apply for any of these awards.
Who should apply for awards? Oh. Or I think that might be better. Who should apply for awards? Gamal, you want to tag on to tell us who should apply for awards or who can apply for awards?
Well, yes, everyone. Everyone should apply for awards. There's award for just about everything that we're doing based on our mission. So any local unit PTA should apply for the award. Definitely the county councils should be applying for the awards, because I know there's awards that exist at county council levels. There's awards that exist at the county council and also the state level. And there's national awards you also can apply for. The Florida PTA website has a wonderful list of awards and the information how to apply for them, so they're there. The national website, National PTA, PTA.org, has the information for the awards that are there too. Don't be afraid to apply for an award. The worst thing that can happen is someone says no. But you don't want to have the opportunity to apply for an award and later on come back and say, we should have applied for that. We could have got that award. We could have got that award. You're not going to get it if you don't apply for it. So everyone should apply for the award. So get your team together and think about doing that, and build your legacy.
Thank you, Gamal. And another thing that we sometimes seem to forget is our students. Students can apply for awards. There's actually a specific student award that tailors directly to a group of students doing some community service type event, a group of 5 or more students. So keep an eye out on those student-driven awards as well. And as we talk about who can apply for awards, also, we have to keep in mind that you have to be in compliance. So Compliance Drive for 5. That's why we have those Compliance Drive for 5, because in order to apply for those awards, you also have to be in compliance. Sorry. Those compliance, your bylaws are in order, your membership dues, your audits, your officers, your 990s. I believe right now, everything that is on here, with the exception of bylaws, which is every 2 years, or 3 years, excuse me, should be up to date at the state office at this time. Apply, apply, apply. What I'm going to do is at some point, if someone can just type in, usually that would be my duty, the Florida PTA Awards link in the chat. We want everyone to apply. There's a QR code here. If you're looking as we are going through with the presentation, if you wanted to just take a quick picture of that QR code so you know exactly how to get to the awards application. It's a very simple process. You're just going to www.floridapta.org/awards. Once you get to the awards, you are going to click on Florida PTA Awards. And once you get to the Florida PTA, unless you're, of course, applying for a national award, once you get to the Florida PTA Awards, you're just going to scroll down after this paragraph of instructions to click here to apply for awards. And that's where you're going to see a list of awards, what type of awards, whether there's programs, membership, students, honorary awards. That's where you're able to apply. The awards application is currently live. All of the applications are live. If you find any issues or problems, we will have our email towards the end. Please send us an email and let us know if you're running into any issues. So how to apply, I kind of just went over how to apply, where you would go into the Florida PTA email, the Florida PTA, hit the submit button. You will receive a confirmation email. We will get it in real time. One of the things when we talk about how to apply, we want you to ensure that you are applying not just with a traditional, I'll give you an example, fall festival, not just a traditional fall festival award, but we want you to take that award and we want you to really write what's impactful about your program or the event that you put on at that school. We want to be able to see the impact. We want to be able to see how your community benefited from it, so that maybe another PTA may duplicate or replicate that particular program. So please, when you apply, don't just say, well, we did a fall festival and it was pretty cool. That's great. What else did you do and how impactful was it? All right. Tips to get your application on top. All right, tips to get your application on top goes hand to hand with showing the impact of what you're doing, making sure that you're appointing an awards chair, review awards early. Like I said, awards application is open now. If you have done a program, go ahead and apply for it, not only at your county council level, but at the state level right now. And if there's a category or something that applies at the national, submit for it at the national level as well, so that we can recognize you on all levels if we have to. Make sure you fill in any blanks. If they ask you for something, fill it in. If it doesn't apply, then put not applicable. Once again, make sure you are in compliance. That is a big piece that we do find. You have to be in compliance at the time you submit the application. One of the other key things, describe how the program promotes the mission and the purpose. Standards for parent and family involvement, especially if it's a family and community engagement event award. Make sure you're leaning into our national standards to support your award. Submit all applications by no later than May 1st. Again, we're open now, right? Winning is in the details. We don't need to go any further with that. The details is how were the special projects planned and carried out? Volunteers, were there any specific volunteers that supported? Attachments, if there's any pictures, we love to see pictures. Pictures tells 1,000 words, so we love to see pictures. We want to know if there's any testimonials. Add those. Those help with our decisions. Community involvement, collaboration, truly big thing. Connect how they connect to the different standards. And give those examples. Give us as much examples as you possibly can. 2022-2023 awards. Last year we had a number of winners, local units who won our awards. We recognize all of them. I believe I saw a couple of members from the Palm Beach County area who won a couple of awards. Kudos to anyone who is on this call. If you were a winner of last year's award, or you were a recipient of last year's awards, just drop a chat and says our school was a winner, and maybe whatever you won for, so we can see. But I do know that there was a numerous amount of winners, and we want to just give a virtual round of applause to all of our winners. If you are able to do a reaction, or if your face is showing, just a hand clap for all of our winners from 2022-2023 who actually won. MB Cook Elementary, I think that was, I'm not sure if University was one, but I do know that there was a couple of others that were winners. So congrats. And thank you, Carolyn, Carolyn Santa Maria, for the early bird membership and volunteer service. Cook won a program award. Congrats to everyone who won last year. At this time, I am going to hand the floor over to our membership chair, Wendy King, to talk a little bit more about our membership awards and introduce the membership committee.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone. It is my honor to introduce my amazing membership committee, headed by our Vice President, Charmaine Posto, our Vice Chair, Erin Kelly, Denise Nicholas, a committee member, Gamal Mack, who's also on this call today, and Terry, her name is Terentia, but we call her Terry Williams. If you're here, just wave, Gamal. I know I'm off screen, but I know you're on, and if anyone else is on. I'm going to talk about a few of our membership awards. There are several awards from the Florida PTA there are several awards that Florida PTA presents to local units each year in celebration of their membership efforts. All these awards can be found on the Florida PTA website, and the applications for the ones that need applications are also there. I'm going to touch on just a few. The 100% Faculty Award. This includes your principals, your deans, your teachers, librarian, media specialist, council, and all of the school-based faculties and administrators of your school. Faculty members must be reported and dues must be received in the state office before May 1st to qualify for this award. That's important also. They're all important, but the PTSA student involvement. This award is given to the middle or high school units that receive the following criteria by May 1st, and they also have to meet those 5 requirements. Gold is 30% increase in student membership from previous years. 20% is silver increase in student membership from previous year. And bronze is 10% increase in students. One of the other ones is Community Membership Award. This award will be given to those PTAs with at least 25 members from the community. The parents who are also part of the PTA will not count. They will be excluded. However, if you have grandparents, aunts, uncles, all of those individuals, community members, partners, as long as you have 25 members, you will qualify for that award. And the Early Bird Award just recently, for the Gold Award, dues were supposed to be received by October 1st. For the Silver, dues were to be received by November 1st, and Bronze by December 1st. Those are the awards that I'm going to focus on. And as you can see, there are other community members, Early Bird, Founders Care, PTSA involvement, and 100% faculties. Next. Let's Be Great. This is a theme that we had last year, and we actually continued it for this year. Our membership theme for this year is Let's Be Great. It is the same theme we used last year. We have broken it down as 5 simple words to help you remember the important tasks of membership. G is for growth. We want our membership to grow each year. This is the goal of the National PTA, Florida PTA, and should be your goal at the region or local levels as well. Retention. Growth is easy when we retain our current members. Ensuring that people know that membership is an annual renewal will help with retaining our current members. Remember, just because a student leaves your school doesn't mean that their parent or caregiver can't still support as a community member. Engaging is for engaging. One way to grow your membership is to make sure you're constantly engaging with them. We don't want to take their money and run, but instead make sure they are getting engagement as one of their benefits. Make sure that you send out newsletters, Facebook posts, and emails. Award. We just went over a lot of the possible awards, but should your award goals, I apologize. We just went over a lot of the possible awards, but share your award goals with your membership. They will want to help you earn them to gain their notoriety for the unit and school. And always be thankful and thank them. Make sure you are thanking people when they join. When you share things your units have done, thank the members for supporting you with their membership dollars. And that allows you to continue advocating for all children. If they email you and ask you a question, always thank them for being a member when you respond. I also want to focus a little bit on something else. When we talk about PTSA involvement, as you look on these calls, we do not have any students that are on here, and they could have been invited if you have them in your membership. Make sure that you involve them, because a lot of these awards that are here, we have children awards. And as parents, we're the ones that are doing all the paperwork, filling things. Please involve your middle schoolers and your high schoolers to be a part. Even in your PTA, you may want to have like a little group of students, because we need them, because that's the future. And they're the ones that will be growing this PTA. So we cannot leave them out. And with that, Madam VP, all we need you to do is keep checking the Florida PTA website to see if more awards are added throughout the year. And with that, I say thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you very much. And we certainly will continue to check our website. At this time, I will introduce you to the DEIJ Subcommittee Chair, Dr. Nicholas Golder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome again. So today we will cover the DEIJ awards. And first, I would like to introduce our committee. So of course, there's myself, Nicholas Nelson Golder. As well with us in the event now, we have Diana Delgado. Also on the subcommittee include April Cobb, as well as Veronica Gidron. We work very hard to ensure that diversity efforts continue and improve across the state. So in terms of the task, so we have the awesome task with the awesome responsibility of ensuring that your accomplishments at the local unit level, at the county council level, are recognized in terms of extending PTA to different groups, and ensuring that everyone feels welcome in promoting diversity, equity, inclusion, as well as justice. So to push towards that end, we have a series of awards. We have them at every level of PTA that we can address, including elementary school PTAs, middle school PTAs, high school PTAs / PTSAs, where I have my origins in terms of PTA, as well as at the county council PTSA level. In terms of who should apply to the awards, we see that people at each level should be able to apply for the awards. And we want to ensure that there are awards for each level as well, so that you can not only highlight your accomplishments, but because the efforts and what you can do will look a little bit different depending on the size of your school, depending on the makeup of your school. So we want to ensure that there's complete inclusion. Sorry, if we go back slightly. Yeah, yeah, we go. So in terms of some tips in terms of applying for these awards. So there are a couple of different ways to look at it. So one is in terms of what the activities should be. Another will be in terms of the specific application. So if we look at the winners from last year, so Eastbrook Elementary School PTA, they had a Holidays Around the World event in which they had different stations relating to the different cultures within the school. They tried to be as inclusive as possible. And I think they were very successful at that, including many different countries and continents, as well as different regions of different countries. So that was good. So that could be one way of bringing people together in a fun way. Another would be the activity of Crystal Lake, another one of our winners, where they had a combined cultural / STEAM event where they had different cultural stations, somewhat similar to what we saw with Eastbrook, but as well they had different science stations where people would have these different stations that involved boards that had scientific concepts created by students, as well as hands-on activities that they could use to learn about different scientific concepts. So by combining the two of those, the diversity as well as the science, they were able to bring people together and have a way of learning in a fun way. So those are a couple of different ideas for things you could potentially do. But for applying, don't think that you have to do a specific singular event to win the award. You can do that, and we encourage that, but you can also have some sort of ongoing activity. The key thing is that you have an impact in terms of your outreach to different groups, as well as having inclusivity in terms of the groups within your school. So if we look at Crystal Lake, for instance, they brought in Latinos in Action from their local high school, and they helped to translate to parents whose first language was not English. So if you have, let's say, a program throughout the year where you're actively using the resources available in your community to bring in into the PTA people who don't speak English as a first language, or to bring in groups who are underrepresented in your community, and you want to ensure that your PTA is proportionate in representation, then that can also be extremely useful. So we're really looking for impact. And a good way to show that on your application would be in terms of measurements. So it's not a scientific experiment or sociology mission, but if you can demonstrate the real impact of what you're doing, say, talk about the number of people who came to your event, or the number of people you're able to reach out to from your different target groups, that can be really impactful and really help your chances, as well as inspire yourself for future activities. Also, another tip for your application would be to take pictures. So pictures are always welcome and useful. They get to really show us the extent to which your event was successful, inclusive. So like Charmaine mentioned before, a picture's worth 1,000 words. So if we interpret that literally, we can think of it as an extension of what you're writing for your application in terms of describing the event. So to showcase this, we have the DEIJ event at next year's Leadership Convention in 2024, where we will have a speaker, a very exciting speaker, soon to be announced, as well as a series of awards that we just mentioned for elementary, middle, high school, as well as county council levels. So this is a ticketed event. It's a separated ticketed event from the membership, from the awards. So it's our own awards, but I encourage you to attend all of them. So they're both great events. So this will be on July 20th, 2024. So there's a great meal that's a part of it as well. I encourage you to apply. So here is our QR code. So if you're not familiar with QR codes, you would just take a picture and the picture would take you to the link. The link is the same as for the other awards. Apply, the deadline is May 1st as well, though we do encourage you to apply as soon as possible so that you can have everything in there. And if, let's say, you forget some specific aspect of your application, or you forgot to attach something, you can still add to it. One additional tip, there's the link, thank you. One additional tip would be to have a point person to send in the application and to keep a record of everything throughout the year. So that could be your DEIJ point person at your unit level or at your county council level. And they would be able to see what they should include in the application. Again, it doesn't have to be a special, particularized diversity event. It can be what you're doing throughout the year, so long as there's some type of impact. And without a doubt, the vast majority, if not all of the different county councils and units are having some type of impact. Thank you.
Dr. Nicholas. Thank you. Thank you for that presentation. And I look forward to joining you at the DEIJ luncheon in July, as well as the awards luncheon, because it was wonderful last year. It was certainly a treat, and I will be there this year as well.
I'll be at awards as well.
Absolutely. So additional awards throughout the presentation, you have heard us talk about the National PTA Awards. There's different grants. Awards, School of Excellence. That's another award, whether you look at it as an award or not, but that is recognizing the work that you are doing in your schools and that your schools and administration is doing. So, you know, I want to give a shout out to our School of Excellence, because that is an award. That's ultimately one of the highest honors in PTA. So if you haven't considered applying for School of Excellence, I would encourage you to look into it in the upcoming school year and apply for the School of Excellence, because it is truly a tool that can be used by your school to improve and to support your community and school body. And this is the Grand Awards and Recognition Celebration, as Dr. Nelson Goddard mentioned. Our theme is celebrating PTA champions, honoring leadership, advocacy, and growth. It will be held on Friday, July 19th. We hope you can join us and celebrate. We hope that not only do you join us, but we hope that you will actually apply for awards and that we would be able to celebrate you on July 19th. Or we look forward to celebrating you. Again, that QR code will take you right to the applications, and you can apply right now, starting today. And at this time, that is the end of our presentation. If you have any questions, if you think, you have anything that you think about after this presentation ends, we ask that you just send us an email. If it's an awards, that's our email, awards.recognition@floridapta.org, membership@floridapta.org for membership questions, or for the DEIJ questions, DEIJ@floridapta.org. And if you send anything to any one of us, we'll make sure it gets to the appropriate party. Thank you so much for joining. And that is, again, the end of our presentation. And I am going to have, let's see, our president or vice president of leadership close us out for this evening. I'm sorry, at this time, do we have any questions? I'm going to open the floor for questions. No questions? You can come off mute or you can type it in the chat. We'll give you a minute to ask questions. And as we're given a minute to ask questions, I just want to recognize Karen Mazzola. Thank you so much for manning our chat this evening. And Gamal Mack for helping present this evening, as well as Lawrence Claremont for supporting our team this evening. We want to just publicly recognize all of you who have jumped in and supported our team. Seeing that there are no announcements, a couple of seeing that there are no questions, a couple of announcements. Please save the date. July 18th to the 21st is the 2024 convention. It will be held at the Omni Resort, Champions Gate, Orlando, as it was last year. Remember, the awards luncheon is on Friday. DEIJ luncheon is on Saturday. We also have some other treats during that convention, so we want to see you the entire weekend. So we do have a question. Would a school qualify for the membership award if this is their first active year since 2018? If you have completed your compliance information and depending on the membership award, yes, early bird award, if you have submitted it prior to the time you were supposed to submit it, yes. And you meet those qualifications, absolutely. Whether it's your first year back, if you meet the qualifications, you will qualify for the award. You're very welcome. As we wait for any other questions, Road to Success is December 13th. Local, that's the next Road to Success. Local unit nominations and elections. So if you need assistance with your nominations and elections, we hope that you will join us next Wednesday as we discuss Road to Success on December 13th, 12 p.m. and 7 p.m. And then we also have our wonderful LegCon on January 28th to the 30th in Tallahassee. So that is what we are all about. That is our whole mission, is around advocacy. So we hope that you will register and join us at LegCon on January 28th to the 30th. And the registration is currently open right now. Let's just see. I don't see anyone else with any questions or any other announcements for the good of the Road to Success.
Thank you, Charmaine.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, everybody, for joining this evening. We look forward to seeing you next week. As Charmaine said, our Road to Success will be on local unit elections and nominations. Of course, the nominations come first, where Jean Hovey and I will be presenting. So it's bound to be a hoot. We look forward to seeing you then.
Thank you,
Good
Madam
night and take
President.
good care.
Good night, everyone.